Hello there everyone, how's it going? So, apparently you're not allowed to go and tamper with time by going to a time before you became a Minuteman because, space-time continuum and all. So, I am back where I began. Anyways, I did bring a pretty cool story from the past though, mainly out of spite. So, to celebrate the unhappy festivities, I'll be doing the tried and true tradition of urban legends. Not in the sense of Pinocchio, Robin Hood, or the PS2 didn't sell more than it should have because it was an underwhelming piece of shit DVD player. But, anyways, back to the story. Many may consider this to be the most dangerous game ever made. Many consider it to be true. Many consider it to be false. What is this game, you may ask? Polybius.
Now, the story of Polybius starts all the way back in the fall of 1981. It's already scary, isn't it? The story tells of a group of mysterious black arcade machines appearing in select locations all around Portland, with no name and no designs. It is said that the only thing that was seen on the machines when you get presented to the start screen was the company name Syneslosion, which translates to sensory deprivation. The arcade machines immediately grew in popularity due to its unique addictiveness to entrance the player, with apparently large crowds of people lining up to be able to play the game, with fights sometimes breaking out for that chance. And no man, it's going to get much more interesting from here on out. The machines were known to cause some unusual side effects to its players, such as seizures, amnesia, insomnia, night terrors, hallucinations, addictiveness, and much more. If that medicinal commercial wasn't enough, the mystique of the machines began to mount with accounts of mysterious men in black occasionally showing up to service the machines, but in reality, they were there to collect the data that was harvested from the locals. And there were even some accounts of some players disappearing, most likely by those same men in black. Little did they all know, they were a part of an elaborate government experiment. Then in the month that the machines have been released, they vanished without a trace, never to be seen or released ever again. Now, you may have noticed how I haven't mentioned the exact contents of the game. For an extremely popular local game, it is well shrouded in mystery, with the most popular comparison being with the game Tempest, only with a hint of flashing the occasional subliminal messages here and there with an added puzzle to solve. After the game's disappearance, it sprang up back into the public knowledge on February 6th in the year 2000, with people finding it to be listed in coinop.org, which is a digital museum dedicated to arcade games. With that came the ideas of what the machine may have been used for, with some suggesting it to be a government recruitment tool for the CIA to try and find the brightest minds Portland has to offer. With the arcade machines being released in '81, some believed it to be used as a Cold War tool to play along with our buddies of the East, which may explain the disappearances of some players. Now, was it all true?
Of course it wasn't!
To begin with, why the hell would the government release an arcade cabinet to the public, and why wouldn't anybody be caught off guard wondering why there are men in black all over it like mosquitoes on modern art? If the cabinets were harvesting information, then why do it if you're going to abduct the players who you deem worthy enough for your little fantasia? What exactly would you be harvesting from a bunch of kids and horny teens? How hard they slam the A and B buttons? And why do it in such a populated city that may attract the attention of local news stations that would report on an extremely popular mysterious black arcade cabinet giving local seizures and causes disappearances, when the whole point of a super secret government experiment is to not be so conspicuous? Apparently, CIA marketing didn't get the memo on time because they decided to add a company name that translates to what the machine is meant to do to people. What if Hans over there decided to decipher what it says and blow the CIA's cover? Also, the story contradicts itself because why wouldn't anybody report that shit? The media will be having a parade with it being the same day meddling games were considered the incarnation of Satan and Hitler and all. Another piece of retardation is, why harvest any information if you're just going to kidnap the players or give them a brochure as to why they should join the CIA or other alphabet soup departments?
Well, what about the reported symptoms caused by the game? There could be no other explanation.
Oh yeah, you may have a point there, Inspector Sped. That is if you don't think about it for a nanosecond or two. The reported fun symptoms that were caused by Polybius are likely due to that one kid spending their 70 hours a week marathon trying to beat a game, score the highest, and silly little things like that, which may cause symptoms like the one everyone mentioned. Even heart attacks and, surprise, addictiveness. Which explains the long lines and fights that if they ever even happened. For the random appearance on CoinOp, well, I believe the reason why the machine appeared on there is very likely due to a mistake, either it being confusion between already existing machines, or because of reasons. When people saw this, they most likely began to make things up as to why the machine lacks a lot of information, with it being a mix of fuzzy nostalgia over other arcade cabinets that they believe to be the game.
Though Polybius' story is about as real as an unbiased thought, it is quite a story and also one of the most entertaining. As a kid, I actually believed it so hard I could just see myself running around the woods trying to catch it, and then, well, things go sour. But anyways, enough about my holidays. I hope you all enjoyed this story as much as I did, and also, Have a good one.